Hi, this is Robert from Diffusing Electronics. It's been over 2 months since my last video on making a refined LED, and I wanted to go over some of the progress I've made since then. So one of the first parts is that I've made a new set of printed circuit boards. The original version, or the last version I had a constant current regulator diode and light emitting diode. So what I've done is I've removed the diode because it wasn't really that necessary in the design. So the circuitry now is basically this. Your positive voltage goes through the current regulator into the diode and then to your ground. So this was the state of the LED in my last video. So I have basic internal details, the anvil and the leg shape, but most LEDs actually have a cup, a reflective kind of cup around the silicon diode. Kind of make it out here in this real LED. There's a small cup. It helps reflect the light out towards the lens. So that was a feature I wanted to try and reproduce. So since then I've picked up a 3D printer. I got an ANYCUBIC Photon-S, which is a resin 3D printer. And so what I had done is I had printed a shape like this. So it's kind of a circular shape with beveled edges. And what I had done with this is I had taken this and I had pressed it into clay, and then I'd filled the cavity in the clay with UV curing resin. And then I took those pieces and I sanded them and polished them down to a fine finish. And then I used more UV resin to glue them to my master object. But then I made up a new silicon mold with the legs. And here's one of the finished pieces with the new circuit board and the new reflector. The next step was this was the state of the LED, the diffused LED in the last video. This had 0.02% of the zinc oxide pigment added in, and it's very difficult to see any of the internal details. So I tried reducing the amount of pigment that I added into the resin. So this is 0.01% of the pigment. And you can just start to make out the internal details, the cup and the gap between the legs. And even this level of pigment was still, I felt, a little bit too high. So I made another LED, this time with 0.005% of the pigment. And this is a lot more translucent. You can see the details. I was thinking that this was a little bit too clear. So what it is, I made a version that was in between. This is 0.0075% of the pigment. So you can still make out some of the details on the inside. Any of the imperfections on the inside are kind of obscured. You have to look quite closely to see them. And it has a nice diffusing effect. It has a combination where it's diffusing the light out, but it still actually projects a reasonable quantity of the light straight through the LED. It won't really be possible to see this with the strong overhead lights, but I think it's a good compromise on the diffused effect and the ability to see the internal details on the LED. About 2 weeks ago, I posted my first batch of LEDs for sale on the Tindie platform, available in red, green and blue and white colored LEDs. Thank you. Bye-bye.